Eyegore Awards. Tonight, Rick Baker, John Landis, Robert Kirkman, Chris Hardwick, Greg Nicotero, Danny Trejo, Robert Rodriguez, and Slash with Miles Kennedy. Please welcome, from Hollywood's first family of makeup and the star of the hit Sci-Fi Channel series Face Off, ladies and gentlemen, your mistress of ceremonies, Mackenzie Westmore.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2014 Eyegore Awards. Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. So how's everyone doing tonight? Oh, come on, you can do better than that. How is everyone doing tonight? Now, are you ready to face the delicious evil that awaits you? Are you ready for Dracula, Untold's Reign of Blood? Or a visit to the Twister in From Dusk Till Dawn? Are you ready to encounter an Alien versus Predator? Or even an American Werewolf in London? Yeah. Are you ready to feel the slash of our freakish clowns? How about this? Are you ready to fight off horrifying creatures from the set of Face Off? Are you ready to run the gauntlet to Terminus, or will you be engulfed by The Walking Dead? You guys are all too happy about that. I love it. As darkness falls, these terrifying nightmares will all...
Well, I got this for 2 movies. Or actually, a movie and a short. I would like to thank Universal Studios Hollywood. I would like to thank Rick Baker for a lot more than this, but for this too. Listen, I'm delighted to be here the same year that Robert Rodriguez is getting one. I saw Greg Nicotero, but apparently he already has one, so I don't know what he's doing here.
Please welcome the host of AMC's Talking Dead, Chris Hardwick, and the creator and executive producer of The Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman.
We're going to share the mic, and it's not going to be awkward. Now it's weird, Kirkman. You're kissing me with your beard.
You love it, you know it.
All right, I'm excited. Chances are, if you've ever seen a movie, any movie, Greg Nicotero was probably involved in some way.
In the 30 years since Greg abandoned plans to go to medical school to apprentice for the great Tom Savini on the Day of the Dead, he has been responsible for designing makeup effect sequences for over, hold on here, 700 films.
Greg Nicotero, please don't gently caress my back. It's weird when I know, but it's weird when a dude caresses a dude's lower back. That's off limits. It's weird.
It's just nice.
All right. So Michael Madsen and the slicing off the copier and Reservoir Dogs. That was Greg Nicotero.
Kathy Bates whacking James Caan's ankles in Misery. Also Greg Nicotero.
Joe Pesci squeezing the crap out of Anthony's head with a vice in Casino Casino, also Greg Nicotero. It would be weird if that wasn't him and I just mentioned it.
The gruesome electrocution in the Green Mile, that was Greg Nicotero.
That's right, but it is in his recent work in The Walking Dead that he has finally gotten the recognition that he so richly deserves. Not one other person that I can think of is responsible for the success of that show other than Greg Nicotero.
Honestly, I concur. and I've told Greg as much. I suck. So, listen, Greg, whose knowledge and admiration for the horror genre is unparalleled. It is, let's see here, I'm losing where I'm at because you're touching me.
What? What are you talking about? We're just ripping this off the top of our heads.
Exactly. Listen, we all love Greg. Greg is fantastic.
Good save. As the special effects makeup supervisor, Greg and his team created the celebrated, this is how reading works. His team created this ultra-realistic, rotting, decaying. I mean, here's what you have to understand about Walking Dead. You're watching it in HD, it's on television. They could never do a zombie show before because the effects weren't good enough. And every season, he ups the ante on what the effects are, and they zoom in, which for television is absolutely insane. Greg Nicotero single-handedly brought this specific genre to television. And let's not even talk about the fact that he has back-to-back Emmy Awards.
Back-to-back Emmy Awards. And listen, the special effects on this show, I gotta say, when you are there on set in person, they are just as terrifying as they are when you're watching them on TV. It's absolutely amazing. He's an executive producer on the show. He directs numerous episodes, including the incredible 4th season opener, 30 Days Without Incident, also including the amazing season premiere for season 5 that you'll all be watching very soon. The man is a genius.
Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Nicotero!
This is cool. This is very, John, these are cool. Wow, it's really thrilling and exciting to be up here. Robert Rodriguez, John Landis / congratulations to everyone, my friends. There's so many people that I want to thank. There's a giant section over here, which is pretty much everybody from K&B. So guys, clap over there. Those are the geniuses that build what we think of. So congratulations to these guys as well. George Romero, Tom Savini, Dick Smith, Ray Harryhausen. I mean, all these guys. I loved Rick's speech. Drives me crazy that he just winged it and made it all out. It's great. But what I love is that it's our passion. It's what we love to do. I've been doing this for 30 years. I wake up every day, I go to set for The Walking Dead. It feels like it's my first day on the job. I love that. I love that I still learn, that I can get better thanks to the support of all of you guys and Mr. Kirkman, Mr. Hardwick. My wife and my son, I spend so much time traveling. I'm not here very often because the business takes you all over the world. All those clips that you saw wouldn't exist without her, Sherry and Devin, because they support me when I'm gone. So guys, thank you so much. Have a great night tonight. Thanks to Universal Studios. Very, very exciting. Awesome.
Danny Trejo.
Wow! This is cool. This is an honor. Just being here is an honor. And they were asking me about what I thought about the Eyegore Awards. And to me, the Eyegore Awards are like the badass of the Oscars. You know, don't get me wrong, man. Oscars, that's the shit. But you get an Oscar for like, you know, you get an Oscar for like, ooh. You get an Oscar for like, you get an Eyegore Award for and screaming, and that's what I love about it. And not many directors can claim they raised money for their first film by selling their body to science. And again, Robert Rodriguez isn't just any filmmaker. The $7,000 he raised as a guinea pig allowed him to write and direct low-budget action classic El Mariachi, which launched the career of one of the great filmmakers of our generation, of all times. Despite working with smaller budgets, Robert has continued to deliver huge results with a diverse range of movies. Action films, like the Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Desperado. Machete. And the family trilogy, Spy Kids. And then that widely innovative Sin City. But it was in horror that Robert truly found a new special talent with films such as The Faculty, Planet Terror, and I just thought about Planet Terror, and with this collaboration in 1996 with Quentin Tarantino that established Robert Rodriguez as the master of horror from dusk till dawn. And that's considered a cult classic of the genre, continued deeply as a cutting-edge television series on El Rey Network. And now a live experience here at Hollywood Horror Night. It's my pleasure to present the next Eyegore Awards to my family, my friend, the founder and chairman of El Rey Network, and one hell of a filmmaker, my best pal, Robert Rodriguez.
Thank you, Universal. Eyegore. It's a great time. You know, Johnny Depp lost 2 eyes in Once Upon a Time in Mexico. It's a very fitting award. Michelle Rodriguez lost 2 eyes in Machete. So I love that they named this the Eyegore. It's great to be presented by, from ex-con to icon, Mr. Danny Trejo. We've been working together so long. I remember when I went to him on the set of Desperado, because nobody knew who the star of the show was. We were in a small town in Mexico, but everyone gravitated towards Danny, and they thought he was the star of the show. Because he just had this look, and I knew that that was a star presence that nobody had. So I went up to him back then, this was in '94, and I said, someday you're gonna be in a movie called Machete. I've got this character named Machete. 15 years later, you know, we made it. So even his mom would call him Machete. He became known as Machete even after he did 200 films. So that's the kind of person Danny is. He'll take a character and make it so iconic that you can't even think of him as anything else. So to be presented by him and alongside Greg Nicotero, who, you know, 18 years ago we did Dusk Till Dawn together. And now we're here at Universal Studios to celebrate Dusk Till Dawn again, because there's a television series on El Rey, and they have a maze that we'll get to walk through. So I've seen the the titty twister rebuilt 3 times now. Once in the original film, once on the series, and now tables are turned. I get to go get scared in my own maze. I'm gonna practice the scream I always heard my mom give when we'd sneak up behind her. She had 10 kids, so she had no nerves. All her nerves were shot by the end. You just walk up behind her, you'd have to whistle, like, before you came into the kitchen, otherwise she would scream. Blood-curdling scream I've never heard in a movie. I'll attempt it tonight. And when you walk into a restaurant and somebody would drop something, she would just scream and not even realize the scream came out of her mouth. You walk by and say, "Mom, you know you just screamed really loud." She'd go, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." You walked and the person dropped the thing and you went, scared the crap out of her. Anyway, that's what I'll sound like tonight at the maze. And you too. So thank you all for this. Great to be here alongside icons who made me scream from the beginning. John Landis, watched American Waffle, did so much growing up and admired so much the work and just to read about in my Fangoria magazine, the work of Rick Baker. And what they did so inspired me to be a filmmaker and get to do this stuff. I know that's stuff me and Greg Nicotero talked about all through the making of Dust Till Dawn, doing practical effects where things were done really with your hands, and it's so cool to see that this still tradition is alive. And we wouldn't get to do what we do if it wasn't for the audience, because unless there's people out there screaming, we'd just be standing up here, you know, on an empty stage. So thank you all for keeping horror alive. What inspires us to keep getting to play with makeup effects and make people scared. It's our dream, and we're glad that you're a part of that and make that happen. So onward, let's keep it going, Universal. Let's keep scaring the shit out of people. Now, our final Eyegore recipient for the night, Grammy Award winning Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Slash. We've got to be friends recently, and we talk a lot. I found out some cool things. You know, he was born in England. He grew up with a steady diet of Hammer horror films, Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, stuff we grew up watching. I've always been fascinated with the fact that everybody here tonight, Rick Baker, Robert, John Landis, you know, we all grew up with that same inspiration, and it just took a little nudge to turn you into a director or a makeup effects artist or a writer, and with Slash, a musician. You know, everybody, Robert plays guitar, everybody that does makeup effects plays music, but nobody plays music like Slash. He was named one of the top rock and roll guitar players by Rolling Stone magazine, Time magazine, Gibson guitars. Slash has given us some of the greatest riffs and greatest songs of all time. I've tried to learn them, not quite so good, but fortunately we have guys like Slash. Over the course of his extraordinary career with Guns N' Roses, Slash the Snake Pit, Velvet Revolver, his solo albums, amazing. He sold over 100 million albums, and he's just getting started. He's an avid student of horror films. Slash produced his first film, Nothing Left to Fear, in 2013. Dan Heche, Clancy Brown's production company Slasher Films, is ramping up for more releases in the future. I think there's some directors and makeup effects people and artists here that would probably work on those movies. Just this week, Slash released a new album, World on Fire, with Miles Kennedy, The Conspirators. Here to play the title track from Nothing Left to Fear, please welcome to the stage Miles Kennedy, an Eyegore Award recipient, Slash. my friend. Congratulations, everybody.
This is killer. Anyway, well, I got to thank the Eyegore Awards for this. I mean, this is was totally unexpected, and very, very, very cool, and very encouraging. And I also want to thank John Murdy because I did some work with him for the Clown Maze that you guys are going to check out hopefully soon. And also special thanks to Stacey Quinalty, who sort of set this up so Miles and I can actually come here and play, and also produce the clown music of the maze. So, and to all you guys, so thank you very much.
And when I dream, and when I dream,